Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today, we're jumping into one of the most moving and powerful stories from the Quran. A story all about faith, a huge trial, and a miracle that just defied all expectations. We're going to walk through the story of Maryam and that incredible moment her infant son, Isa, spoke right from the cradle. Let's get into it.
So let's start with this right here. What really happens when a person's faith gets pushed to its absolute limit? You know, when logic, society, even your own fears are all screaming one thing, but the divine will is pointing in a completely different direction? This is the very heart of Maryam's amazing journey. You know, long before any miracles or angels appeared, this story really begins in quiet solitude. It's all about a young woman who was completely, 100% dedicated to God. Her strength wasn't in her status or anything worldly. It was found in her deep, profound piety. To really get a handle on her story, we first need to understand this concept of tabatul. Surah Maryam tells us she devoted herself completely, withdrawing from all the worldly stuff to just focus entirely on her connection with God. This spiritual foundation, this sincerity, well, that's what sets the stage for all the incredible events that are about to happen. And it's right from this place of quiet, deep contemplation that Maryam's life is suddenly interrupted. A divine messenger shows up, bringing news that is literally going to change the course of human history. And just listen to how the angel gives her this news. It's so respectful. It's not a command, it's good tidings. And the child is described as pure, which signals his spiritual greatness right from the very beginning. The whole message is just filled with blessings. And here we see Maryam's very human, very logical reaction. I love how the Quran portrays her astonishment with so much dignity. She's not questioning God's power, not at all. She's simply stating the reality of her situation, and at the same time, she's firmly defending her honor and her chastity. It's such a powerful, honest, and straightforward response.
And this is the pivot point for the whole narrative. The divine reply just cuts through all human logic, all our limitations. What seems completely impossible to us is described as simple, easy even, for the Creator. It's a huge statement on the difference between our limits and divine power.
So we learn right here that this incredible birth wasn't just some random event. It had a massive purpose. This child was meant to be an ayah, a clear sign for all people. He was a rahmah, a mercy from God. And maybe most importantly, he was an amran maqdiya, a matter that was already decided, already decreed. This tells us it wasn't a spontaneous thing, but part of a much, much bigger divine plan. Okay, so the decree is made. Maryam accepts her fate, and she goes away to a remote place. And it's here, facing childbirth all alone, in this moment of total vulnerability, that she experiences divine care in the most direct and amazing way. Just look at this powerful contrast. On one side, you've got Maryam's raw human despair. I mean, her cry is one of incredible pain and fear of what's coming. And on the other side, you have the immediate, gentle response from God. Do not grieve. And it's not just words, it's a physical miracle. A stream of water appears right there beneath her. And God's care just keeps on coming. But notice, he doesn't just make food appear out of nowhere. He tells her to take a small action, shake the trunk of the palm tree. And from that little bit of effort, she gets fresh, ripe dates. It's such a beautiful lesson, right? Divine help often works together with our own effort, no matter how small it seems. Eat, drink, and be comforted. It's a command of pure mercy. So now she's been nourished, she's stronger, but Maryam has to face her greatest trial yet. She has to return to her community with a newborn baby. The private miracle is about to become a very public test. Her people are in total shock. They just can't process it. And notice how they bring up her family's good reputation. They're basically saying, how could you, from such a good, pious family, have done something so shocking? The accusation is sharp, and you can just feel the immense social pressure. So, following God's instruction, Maryam doesn't say a word. She just points to the baby. And her community's response is pure, understandable disbelief. It's a great question, really. How on earth can we talk to a newborn baby in a cradle? They are completely locked in by their own logic, but they are about to see something that will absolutely shatter it. This is it. This is the climax of the story, the moment of truth, where the divine sign is about to be made clear for everyone to see. In response to all that disbelief, the miracle happens. The infant speaks, and his very first words defend his mother and define his entire mission. I am the servant of Allah. He doesn't claim he's divine.
He claims he's a servant. Right away, he establishes his identity as a prophet who's been given scripture. It is an absolutely stunning, jaw-dropping moment. And he keeps going, laying out the core principles of his entire life's mission. He emphasizes being a servant, being blessed, establishing prayer and charity, being good to his mother, which, by the way, immediately restores her honor, and that he won't be a tyrant. This is the essence of a prophet's mission: worship, social justice, and deep humility. So, when you step back, you see this miracle provides incredible theological clarity. The Quran uses this unbelievable event to firmly establish Isa's status. Yes, he's a special, miraculously born messenger, a human prophet, and above all else, a servant of God. The whole story serves as a statement of truth, meant to clarify his role for all time. And that brings us to a final question to think about. Maryam, in her absolute weakest moment, was still asked to shake the trunk of the palm tree. The miracle didn't happen without her doing something. So why is that? What does that tell us about the relationship between putting our trust in God and also taking our own small practical steps? It's something to reflect on, that beautiful balance between faith and effort in our own lives.